of their vehicle.
How many police
not
officers are
legally parked in a parking space on private property?
So you do the same thing in the middle of the night?
Okay.
We do the same thing 24/7 if we get a call.
Will you comply with the field sobriety test or not?
Or what? Oh, I
yes
remember
or
you,
no?
Flood?
Yes, yes or no?
Do you remember me, don't you?
No. Yes or
I bet
no?
you do.
In a disturbing encounter in Pryor, Oklahoma, Andrew Martin was targeted by Officer Bennett for simply taking a nap in his truck. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, stating, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated." Despite Officer Bennett's own radio dispatch admitting truck isn't in the road at all, he proceeded to lie for 45 minutes, claiming the vehicle was obstructing the roadway as justification for an intoxication investigation. This fabrication reveals a blatant misuse of authority, as no probable cause existed to detain Andrew. His drooling while asleep was spun into a false narrative of intoxication, violating his right to be free from baseless police intrusion.
Okay, Pryor, you might start master this way. This guy doesn't look like he's alert. He's got some kind of liquid coming out of his mouth, all run down his shirt. How you doing? Not bad. You okay?
Yeah, you?
Not bad. So, what's going on? Just sitting in your truck? Okay. You got anything to drink today? No? You want any kind of medication or anything?
Yeah, just kind of long drive, long road ahead. Want to see you on the road?
Where are you coming from?
Other side of Oregon.
Okay, what are you doing here?
Pretty sure of this thing.
What are you doing in Pryor? What brings you here?
Well, stopping on the road.
Where are you headed? North? Okay. Do you know anybody in Pryor, or you just happen to... Well, I mean, you're kind of pulled off here in this parking lot a little bit weird. You're a little bit in the roadway. So somebody called in on you. Is there a crime?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, standing in the roadway.
Standing in the roadway?
That's what the technical term is for it. Or you can mention medical. He's awake now. Talking to him. Yeah, perfect. So I get here, and I mean, you're drooling all over yourself. I started medical. I knocked on your window a couple times.
Drooling all over myself?
Look at your shirt. Okay. So I started medical because I come up here and whenever I got here, you were actively drooling on yourself. And I knocked on the window. I got no response. So I knocked again.
What's the time of it?
I mean, so the crime in that is you're partially obstructing the roadway. You're pulled off here on private property. You have no business being here, so that's loitering.
Isn't someone called you?
Somebody called me. I don't know who called me. Dispatch is the one that called me. Somebody called dispatch. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's private property and you have no business here. Well, I've asked you and you haven't told me, so... Well, I'm investigating a possible crime.
Okay.
So if you're intoxicated, passed out behind the wheel, if you've taken something...
You're investigating if I'm intoxicated?
Yeah. Like I said, you're partially obstructing the roadway. You're asleep in your vehicle, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that. If you're just taking a... If you want to play this, why don't you go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me? Yes, sir. Appreciate it. If you want to, it's up to you. You want to leave the door open or you want to shut it? No, it's up to you again. I don't care. Do you have identification on you?
No.
You do not. So what is your name and date of birth?
Andrew, A-N-D-R-U, Martin, 9/18/1980. So where's the
What's your date of birth one more time?
Road here.
What's your date of birth one more time?
9/18/1980. So this is the road here?
Yeah, I mean,
Or is this the road?
so the city maintains the roadway all the way to here, and then they have an easement over here, and then that's private property. So you're on private
I can
property.
drive in the easement?
You have private property that you have no business being on, and then you're partially in the roadway.
Where's the easement begin?
Say it again.
The easement begin?
The easement begin?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
you
where the
know
easement
road
begins.
begins or ends?
I know where the road begins and ends.
So
I
where's
don't know
the
where
road
the
begin
easement
and
begins and
Where's
ends.
the road begin and end here?
So, do you have a driver's license in any state?
Oh yeah.
What state do you have your driver's license in?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Do you know where the road begins and ends here? I'm
It's a
being,
really weird question.
it's a weird question, not when I'm being ticketed for parking.
You haven't been ticketed for anything. I've tried to ask you a matter of simple questions so I can conduct my investigation, and all you want to do is be difficult.
I don't want to be difficult.
I mean-
you're being difficult. I was minding my own business and you're bothering me. I don't know how that's me being difficult.
We wouldn't have showed up here if we didn't have a call here, so on you,
Well, that's first of all, that's not true.
100%
I
it
can,
is.
so I can call on you, and that doesn't mean that someone's going to come and investigate you.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
That's exactly how this works.
Well, I'd like him investigated because he
Okay.
told me that.
You're good. You, whatever you need to do.
Yeah,
hang
I'll be right back. All right, Mr. Martin. So, the condition that you were in when I got here, like I said, you were pulled off the road here asleep. Looks like, do you live at Meadow Trace Apartments?
Yeah.
You don't live there anymore? It's the address that shows on your driver's license.
Where do you live?
Nearby.
Nearby them.
The address.
Is that relevant question?
It is. That's I'm literally asking you because you're sleeping in your truck right here, and I don't know that you're going to be safe to drive anywhere. So yeah, it's absolutely.
How would I not be safe? So am I safe to drive
What's
to
your
Meadow
address?
Trace or am I
What's your
safe
address?
to drive to Portland or
What's your address?
I don't know what that has to do with it.
It's going to be like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So you can continue to obstruct our
So
investigation.
here's the thing. I can leave you and let you.
comply with your investigation.
You're not required to comply with our investigation?
No, I don't have to assist you.
I mean, you have to answer our questions if we're conducting an investigation.
That's
Otherwise,
exactly-
you're obstructing our investigation.
Really? Is that how the Fifth Amendment works? The Fourth
Yeah.
Amendment? First Amendment? Is
Do you
that
know
how
your
this one
amendments?
works? I don't think you do.
Okay. So I can put you through a couple of standard field sobriety tests and see if you're good to drive. And if you are, then we'll get out of here and we'll let you drive. Okay? And we won't ask you any more
For
questions.
sitting in a vehicle in private property.
Somebody calling in because they were concerned about you because you were partially on the roadway.
We're a lot closer to harassment on your part than we are.
We can go to the jail and we can do this in front of a
I mean,
judge.
yeah, I'm not-
and
Sure,
we
could.
can have
I
that
probably
conversation there.
should. I mean,
If that's what you want to do,
That's
I
absolutely
don't
fine.
want to do that. If I wanted to do that, I would have driven to the
I don't
house
want to
and
do that
asked
either. If I
the
wanted
judge,
to
I
do
would have
that.
driven to a parking space and taken a nap. See the difference there?
I mean, if I wanted to arrest you, then whenever you're
activity, driving to a parking space and taking a nap or driving to a courthouse and speaking to the judge.
There actually is a law against sleeping in public.
Really?
Yeah. It's
So
the
am I
city
in public
ordinance.
or am I on private
If
property?
you're at the park, like you just said,
I didn't say the park.
maybe.
I said a parking space.
okay. It's still public
I'm not on
public access. So,
public property.
do you live in these apartments?
Do you?
Do you live in these apartments?
Do you?
No, I don't live in these
Okay.
apartments. Do you? I answered your question. You going to answer mine?
You're giving me a ticket for being in the road.
Have I given you a ticket yet?
Investigating? No, because you can't for being in the roadway.
I can't?
That's what you told me. Well, I mean, you could, but
I'd give you a ticket for. I could pick for being in the roadway or loitering because you're on private property that you claim to have no business being at.
well, I'm sure that I could go in front of a judge and argue my case and be fairly successful rather quickly and easily by.
And that's fine. If you want to go and argue your case in court, if you want to go argue your case in court, that's fine. But I'm not going to argue it with you here on the side of the road.
Right.
Okay, so you can.
You're going to give me a ticket for being unsafe when I told you exactly what I did, which was.
He's going to conduct a couple
In
of
the name of
tests,
safety,
field sobriety
right?
test. Are you willing to?
Are you willing to comply with some field sobriety tests?
Well, what are my options then? To go to jail or
Are
do
you
what you tell
willing
me
to comply with the field sobriety test?
with
That's the
incarceration?
question.
Threatening you at all.
Nobody threatened you. Nobody
I am
said
here to do
anything
my
other
job.
So I don't have to. Am I free to go?
No,
No, you're not free to go. We're still conducting our investigation. If you allow me to finish conducting my investigation, and you will.
So here's what I don't understand. I'm not refusing shit.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll agree
What I
to take
don't-
the state staff?
What I don't understand is what indication that I'm intoxicated I've given at any point in this other than I drove in my sleep. Is that against the law?
It's uncommon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for somebody
Okay,
to be asleep behind the wheel of their vehicle,
How many police
not
officers are asleep?
legally parked in a parking space on
You go
private property.
investigate them? So you do the same thing in the middle of the night?
Okay.
We do the same
I'm
thing
not
24/7
We're not
if we
arguing
get
this.
a call.
Will you comply with the field sobriety test or not?
Or what? Oh, I
Yes
remember
or
you
no?
at Flood.
Yes,
I
yes or
remember
no?
You, do you remember me, don't you?
No. Yes or
I bet
no?
you do. Okay. Now I feel like this is harassment. Is there a supervisor available?
He
That's
is
me.
the
I'm the
supervisor.
Where's your supervisor?
He is the supervisor.
I am the
of
supervisor.
We had this same conversation. Was that you? Were you there?
I don't believe so. I don't believe I've ever met you
I
before.
don't even know where I would have met you. So yes or no? Yes or no?
See,
Yes or no?
You didn't understand what private property was when you were in an apartment complex. You thought that was public property. Do you remember that now?
Do you live in
I
this
say we
apartment
just-
complex?
No, he doesn't. I'm familiar. So I think we should just go to Mace County Jail.
I'm going to go to the county jail for.
Obstruction at this
Obstruction.
point.
All you want to do is sit and argue.
I'm not arguing.
He
I'm
was
asking-
intoxicated then.
No, I wasn't.
And that's what I feel like he's intoxicated now. Otherwise, he wouldn't be passed out behind the wheel of his
I
vehicle.
wasn't passed out. I was asleep. That's why I woke up with a knock.
Andrew's arrest for obstruction stemmed from his refusal to comply with an unwarranted investigation highlighting a retaliatory abuse of power. Under Oklahoma Law 21 OS Section 540, obstruction requires willfully delaying or obstructing a public officer in the discharge of any duty. But Andrew's insistence on his rights and questioning the officer's claims do not meet this threshold. His inquiries about the easement and road boundaries were met with vague responses, and his request for a supervisor was dismissed, despite no legal obligation to answer every question. The charge was a clear tactic to punish Andrew for asserting his rights, a gross overreach that turned a lawful nap into a criminalized act.
I told you I drove to this parking space to take a nap.
1090.
I'd like to speak to a supervisor.
He is
You
the
are speaking to a
supervisor.
I'd like to
supervisor.
speak to your supervisor.
They're all out right now.
That's weird. That happens every time I want to speak to a supervisor.
There's one
You asked
supervisor
for my
assigned.
supervisor and he's right here.
There's one
There is
supervisor.
supervisor.
There's one
You
supervisor
don't just
assigned per
keep
shift. Okay, that's me.
So then, if
At
you're
6
the
o'clock
one-
this
if you're
afternoon,
the
there will
one
be a
that's-
different
if you're the one
supervisor
that's
here.
violating people's laws, then we're just all fucked.
I mean,
That's a
you don't.
conversation you can have with the judge.
You don't have a
if you-
constitutional right to speak to a supervisor anyway.
All right, but I
Okay.
have right under your department's policy.
No.
No.
No? Okay.
I'm trying to work with you here.
No,
We've
Okay.
tried. We've tried to ask you. You don't have a ticket in your hand.
Okay, so am I free to
You-
go?
no, you've
Okay,
been
you're
asked if
threatening
you will
me with
comply.
arrest for sitting in the car, taking a nap when I told you I'm taking a nap because I'm too tired to drive. I had a little bit further to go, and I was tired, so I'm going to take a nap.
And you won't even tell me
What
how
does it say
far
in the
that is to
Oklahoma
go.
driver's manual to do when you become too tired to drive? It says you should keep on going. Pull over somewhere safe to sleep.
Somewhere safe to sleep. I mean, I don't think that
Where
that's.
is somewhere safe?
I mean, legally parked, we could argue that, even though this isn't.
Legally.
We've gone over this and over this and over this. You're not even in a parking spot at all.
I'm not in
You're
the
not
road.
in a parking spot.
Not
We
in
got
the road.
called here because of you specifically,
I'm not
in
in
this
the
truck
road.
specifically.
I'm not in the road.
You are in the easement. Look, if you look at that
Not
sign
against
right
the law to
there,
park in the easement. The easement
and
goes all the way to
side-
the center line.
it's
of
still
those
city
locations.
property.
I'm
Go ahead,
done.
Turn around.
Really?
Turn around.
For what?
Yes, turn around.
Dude,
Turn around. We're done. We tried.
you tried what? tried
to reason with you and you're unreasonable.
reason with me.
It's hard to reason with somebody who's intoxicated anyway, so that makes sense.
Even no indication of being intoxicated.
When we tried to give you the opportunity to show us that you're not intoxicated, and you just want to sit here and argue with us. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with you on the side of the road. We'll just...
You're making 0 sense.
But I'm not, you can't tell me where the road begins and ends. But I'm not making sense.
Is that where we're back to? We're doing circles?
That's what you pulled me out of.
Hey, you have anything illegal on anything that's going to poke, stick, or stab me? Anything that's going to be illegal, if it's considered contraband if you take it into a jail facility.
You can't.
I'm giving you the opportunity because once we get into the jail, they're going to search you and it will be a felony charge.
Why would you? I don't have anything. No.
Okay, that's your opportunity. So if there is something, then we find it in the jail and it'll be a felony. So.
I just said I don't have it. This is fucking bullshit.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
Do you have anything in the vehicle you want to take with you?
Fucking kidding me, dude? In the middle of fucking moving.
All right, come on.
Whoa, you're gonna push me out in front of the vehicle? Holy shit. I'm
yeah.
scared now.
36 right.
Really what you're fucking doing? Because I couldn't fucking... Wow.
Have a seat right here. Be careful. Don't hit your knee on the computer mount. It hurts pretty bad.
God damn it, dude. This is fucking stupid, dude.
I don't disagree with you.
What's the charge?
Obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
Obstructing me in the performance of my duties.
What duty?
I'm trying to perform an investigation here, and you won't answer any of my questions.
I answered every question you asked me.
Okay.
What questions did I answer?
You didn't answer any of my questions. You just asked more questions and
No,
why I
did
needed
not,
to know,
dude.
and I
No,
tried to
didn't.
explain it to
answered
you.
all of your questions.
So we'll argue about it in court. That's fine.
We will.
Tow it and I'll inventory it. Ask somebody here if it's free to stay. I mean, it's partially in the
It's
city
partially in the so yeah.
I'll have Constantine meet you over there.
Okay.
Officer Flood escalated the violation by referencing a 2-year-old interaction to justify Andrew's arrest, falsely claiming an indicated prior intoxication. The Fifth Amendment protects against self-incrimination and ensures due process, stating, "No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, using a past, unrelated encounter where Andrew was not intoxicated as evidence is a flagrant violation of due process." Flood's history of mistaking private apartments for public property and alleged First Amendment violations further exposes a pattern of incompetence and rights abuses, tainting the legitimacy of this arrest.
You have been arrested, and you are requested to submit to a test or tests to determine the presence and or concentration of intoxicants in your body. The test will be a blood test. If a blood test is performed, it will be done by approved medical personnel under Oklahoma law. If you complete the state's test, you may have an additional test at your own expense. You are not entitled to consult with an attorney prior to making your decision to submit to the state's test. You may refuse the state's test, but as a consequence, your driving privileges will be revoked or denied. If you are 21 years of age or older and the test is .08 or more alcohol concentration, your driving privileges will be revoked or denied. If you are age 21, if you're under age 21 and the test result is .02 or more alcohol concentration, your driving privileges will be revoked or denied. Will you take the state's test? It's going to be a blood test.
It's gonna be what?
A blood test?
I don't understand. I can't talk to an attorney.
That's correct. This is the implied consent test
Yeah,
request.
I see what it says, but I don't understand. First of all, dude, this is a real... It's a dick move, first of all. I didn't do anything wrong. You know I'm not intoxicated. And
I don't know that you're not intoxicated. Okay. You have the option to submit to the state's test. I can read it to you again if you would like for more clarification. It's going to be a blood test.
It doesn't really clarify. I mean, what are...
This is the state law, and this is what I'm required to read you.
I understand.
Okay,
I
and you have the right to say that you will or you will not. I'll read it again if you'd like to hear it again.
So, so my driving privileges are revoked if I refuse.
If you refuse. So
until when? I mean, that's what I'm.
I mean,
I'm just not understanding.
until you go through the court, until you go through the court process, and they determine.
Damn it. This is bullshit, dude.
Well, you've been arrested. Okay.
Well, I don't believe.
I don't think that you're. I don't feel that you're drinking alcohol, but I think you're under the influence of something.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm down there fucking slamming heroin. It's halfway between my house and home, or my house and work.
Some kind of drugs, pills, something.
Shit.
So
I'm under the influence of owning a business and working more often than I fucking sleep. Man, I'm trying to build a goddamn business.
okay, you want me to read this test again?
No, I'm good. No,
Or
I won't take it.
you will not take the state's test. Okay. 36 prior. You would log down at this time. It says but has refused to take the state's test. All right, go ahead.
Come on out.
Thank you. It's not as hot as it was yesterday, but it's pretty hot.
I called it. Whenever you get out there and started messing and canceling my city's 88.
Yeah.
Have you been involved in a motor vehicle accident? When? And what happened? I'm sorry. You're at the top side. Right here?
Mr. Martin, you a member of a tribe? Are you a member of any tribe? No?
Are you suicidal?
He's not.
He says no.
Anything else under you?
It's APC and obstruction. Why are you right with that hand? Shoot with the other.
Right, I don't.
So that you can do this.
My dad's the exact opposite. He does everything right-handed, but shoots left-handed.
That's crazy. I wish I could use both my hands. This one's just here for Morse. But
Send you bust the gloves out, so I figure he's gonna be busy for a minute.
well, we'll see. How tall are you, Andrew? 5 what? About how much do you weigh? What's your eye color? You know your social? What is that? What state were you born in?
Washington.
I can print it on my printer in my car.
Do they have a fillable one?
I don't know, but I can print one off and have him sign it or whatever.
I've got regular. You just handwrite it.
Yeah.
I've got regular.
I'll go in here and ask him. Only be inside. Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, sir. How are you?
Oh. Andrew, what's your address?
1605 Willow Road.
Prior?
The officer's insistence on a blood test, coupled with threats of jail and license revocation, was coercive and lacked legal grounding. Oklahoma's implied consent law, 47 OS Section 751, requires reasonable suspicion of intoxication for a test demand, yet the officer saying, "I don't feel that you're drinking alcohol, but I think you're under the influence of something," shows no specific evidence, only speculation. Andrew's refusal led to an obstruction charge, but all charges were ultimately dismissed, confirming the arrest's illegality. This incident, coupled with a looming civil rights lawsuit, underscores a systemic issue of corrupt policing, where officers exploit vague laws to harass and intimidate, only to face accountability when their actions are exposed. Like and subscribe for more police cam stories. Watch the next recommended video. Click to watch now.